I'm getting kind of hungry. I need to grab some food in a minute.
I should eat my. I can give you a protein. It's a bit salty though.
Ouch.
I told you I'd be back, and now I am.
Back what the
Sorry.
fuck?
Sorry. The goat voice came out. Well. What do we have here? Is this a comeback? Is this the return to our regularly scheduled scripted content? No. No, it really isn't. However, I am here to explain in my usual, overly caffeinated tone about a certain duelist, adding on to another entry of the casual agent overview that I've been doing a few months back. It's been like, what, 9 months? Give or take. Today, we talk about Yoru, the guy that you expect to be as good as Zip Tie when you see him in your games, only for him to teleport in, flashbang you and himself, and immediately die.
And I didn't even cry.
No! Fuck! Because somehow, even when he does blind the enemy and teleports in, he misses the entire spray and dies himself. And if anyone was wondering, I am that Yoru, that somehow flashbangs you, even when he doesn't mean to. Anyway, let's just get into this before I end up yapping for too long. Japanese native Yoru rips holes straight through reality to infiltrate enemy lines unseen. Using deception and aggression in equal measure, he gets the drop on each target before they know where to look. About as accurate as it gets for Yoru. Want to play a crazy off angle? Yoru can do that. Want to get hyper aggressive even though you'll probably get yourself killed? Yoru can do that. Want to troll the enemy team in several different but very funny ways? Yoru can do that. Yoru is a character that thrives off of mind games and tech, getting into the enemy team's head and making them second guess themselves. Using fake outs and smart flashbang angles, you can probably tip a duel into your favor. Just don't be surprised if people start figuring out your tricks and countering them as such. Yoru is an extremely fun agent to play, but his skill floor isn't exactly what I would consider low. Some things you need to know with him are fundamentally required to utilize his kit best. You could probably find a guide for the techs and more useful tips with someone with a lot more experience than me. Not putting myself down, I am just being honest. So, what are Yoru's abilities? Well, we'll start off with his signature gate crash and go from there. Gate crash is a teleport with 2 charges. You can fire it off with left click or plant it down with right click. It has a duration of 30 seconds when placed down, and when placed down you have 2 choices. You can either commit to the teleport, or you can do a fake out. It gives you a lot of room to breathe when it comes to this ability. Like every duelist signature, 2 kills grants an extra charge if you have the space to hold it. Now, how do I describe Gate Crash in the funniest way possible? You're playing a game of Russian roulette, but instead of 1 bullet, it's 5, and you somehow have to land on the chamber without a bullet. You could always use the TP as a fast sight rotation on defense, so it has its utils for positioning. Just don't TP if you don't have a plan. It just never ends well. Trust me. It never ends well.
Cutting through.
Blindside is Yoru's flashbang. With 2 charges and a bunch of lineups to play with, you could sit there in a custom game for hours on end and still find new ways to hit people with pixel flashes. The nice thing about Yoru's flashbang is just how flexible it really is. Bounce it off a wall, you're about to peek for an advantage, flash and TP, one-way flashbangs, smoke pixels, you've got a bunch of cool stuff to work with. Yoru's bread and butter is the flash TP, a great way to enter sites, very easy to fuck up. I would know because I've died more times than I have actually killed people trying to pull this off. I flashed myself, for fuck's sake. When it works, oh, it works.
You couldn't even...
Lesbian.
Over here.
That's 1. Yoru's fake out is just his clone, and with 1 charge and the potential to be one of the best abilities in the game, only limited by the enemy's gullibility and your creativity. When this ability is activated, the clone moves forward in a straight line from where it was placed down. If the clone is destroyed, it will flashbang in the direction of where it was shot off from. Clone is one of those abilities that only really works if you know where to place it and when to use it. Best example of someone being a menace with Yoru clones is Zip Tie. We all know what Zip Tie does. We've all seen it, and we've all tried to replicate it at least once when we've played Yoru. And we've all failed miserably at said replication attempt. And finally, we have Yoru's ultimate, Dimensional Rift. lasting for 10 seconds, cost charge of 8, you won't get this much. Yoru enters into his dimension, unable to be affected or seen by enemies. You can use all your other abilities while in the Rift, and can recast early to X the ultimate. Rift is practically a playground for people that want to troll the ever-living fuck out of people. That, and it's an amazing information gathering tool when you're entering in a site on attack. Using Yoru's other abilities to fake out when he's going to X the ultimate is something you can do. Just be sure to have a semblance of a plan in what you're doing when you do exit the ult. Sometimes things go horribly wrong, and you end up getting yourself killed by accident. Going for info.
I'll handle this.
Rolls out.
Actually,
Fake teleport. Gun here.
how did...
2 there. 2 on ping.
I'm back.
It would be so
Fuck,
cool.
I'm so ass at this game.
No one wants to
I'll handle this.
Fuck.
Pretty cool. My girlfriend is Romanian though.
Oh.
I guess you could say that she stole my heart.
Yoru is a genuinely fun time. Just don't believe in the Smurf clips you see on the internet, as the actual way to play him effectively is somewhat boring. Yeah, you can try to pull off the flashy shit, but you'd probably be better off playing with the team and playing more like a pseudo-initiator rather than an outright duelist. Though when you do have those games, when you do get the match where everything just clicks and works as planned, there is no other feeling than that. Nothing beats the feeling of being able to pull off something really freaking cool and feeling like a badass for it. And that goes for practically any legend in this game. Legend, agent, oh god, League of Legends is rotting my brain.
Good afternoon, chat.
You called us chat, it's over.
Dead.
Cock shots.
Back shots.
Another cock shot.
One enemy remaining.
put on his ass.
Oh. Oh! Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh! There is. Funny, funny.
Now, normally I would go into lore and such, but I've decided against the lore bit this time around. I'm not the biggest connoisseur of Valorant lore, nor would I want to be a connoisseur of Valorant lore. I'll leave that to the part of the community that actually knows what they're talking about, rather than having a half-assed summary by a guy that had his brain removed from his skull from Warframe lore all these years ago. Anyway, it's about time I get going. I've got a few things I need to sort out, but it's been Azura. Links and such will be in the description, so do check those out. As for my next project, it'll be something. But before I go, I do need to add one more thing. You flashbang me in my games, I'll chuck a grenade at your feet with rays. Doodles!
I never understood the fetish for feet. Like, what is so like enticing about this?
I don't know.
Everything.
The
God.
grippers.
So we have two in this call that are into that shit.
No, I'm not. I just understand the joke.
A joke. I don't think it's a joke. But then-
Shut the fuck up, dude. Can I stop flashing myself?
Kill
This
them.
fucking POS.
One enemy remaining.
Yo, you shot her feet. I didn't know you liked Filipina feet, bro.
Bruh.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
So I saved a day. Don't make a big deal about it.